Hello boys and girls, welcome to a special ChaosNova feature where we read our stories and perhaps do some live events and offer sneak peeks to our ongoing forum stuff, all in the efforts to spread word of our GM's fundraiser. Now the story I am about to read now is one of mine. It is from a active forum storyline, which might or might not provide material for future stories. I'm going to redact some names because spoilers, but you will probably recognize some characters nevertheless. Shall we? Poking at the blueprints reminded her that she'd been assigned to take some instructional sessions in the sensory immersion facilities. A good time too. They'd been in transit for quite a while. Computer, please highlight the path to the virtual lab. I need to do some learnings on... She mumbled herself, trying to recall the topics. Learnings on advanced matter manipulation and particle programming, and paradoxical space-time interactions and interdimensional data analysis. Yeah, those two. The blinking lights led her to the preparation area, with garment storage and hygiene units. The computer talked her through the setup protocols. Step here. Current close in slot 1. Eject bio-waste. She grumbled between shivers. Darn it, I can't go when you're watching. I'm always watching, hon. You should be used to it by now. I assure you, you will want to have your squeezings out before you go under. Now, shall I initiate an enema for you? No, damn it, just give me a minute. She tried to recite the nursery rhyme backwards. That helped. The cleanup jet ceased. She stepped away, the receptacle folded back into port surface. A blaze of blue lights came on. Fasten hair. Close eyes. Conductive spray initiating. Complete. Suit up. Your first rodeo is about to begin. Another holding space opened up, and she saw an interface suit, much like the one she'd worn during the mecha drill. Tucking her goopy hair into the headpiece, she stepped into the lab proper, and gingerly sat on the nearest chair pod nest contraption. Don't be shy now. Settle in. She did. The surface immediately adjusted to her contours, data links snapping to her suit counterparts. Armrests swelled up and formed soft restraints. She noticed ports opening up on her forearms and some hypodermic pokers popping from the chair. Hey, what's with the needles? Part of the procedure. Muscle relaxant, anti-emics, anticonvulsants, simulated sleep paralysis, hydration, nutrients, dialysis, and a little extra. Think of it as brain relaxant. Shall we go on? I think we shall. She was walking through a clearing. Lavish dark moss curling under her bare heels. Sweet, soft air, the warm rays of light playing in the midst of large, droopy conifers. The sky a deeply saturated earth blue. Everything felt familiar, welcoming, yet fascinating, new, curious. The bustle of unseen critters, the breeze on the foliage, everything whispered the melody of insight, and underneath it all the deep hum of the universe itself, growing, fading, forgotten, reborn. She picked a growing leaf to examine closer. With naked mind's eye, she thought and giggled, she managed to observe the properties and processes within. The molecules string together, tiny factories devouring pieces of light and churning out life's building blocks, entering enormous, intricate networks of stuff. She felt overwhelmed and had to look away. When bamboo grows, where does solid matter come from? When fire burns, where does it go? Questions silently echoed through the forest. She focused on the leaf again, past its membranes, past the green bits, past the buzzing, deeper, closer, farther. She was falling through vast emptiness. No things, no sounds. Then a small island formed under her feet. She started walking across endless plain with no color of her own. Kept going. She reached the cliff face. Dotted with handprints, human figurines of various design, animals she couldn't possibly recognize, and birds, so many birds, scattered at first, then forming a path. The path that marched past the rock's visible bounds and coiled into a whirlpool in the skies that had opened up above. Without thinking, she reached out and pressed her palm against the print that matched hers. The surface trembled but remained firm. She stood, trying to find a pattern in the carvings, read a lesson in them. Nothing happened. She frowned. Now what? A gust of wind picked up in the plains. It spoke in the voice of the computer. Think. Deep down your mind is already putting the pieces together. I think I understand. She felt the rock and watched the hairs of her arms stand up. The Geirin Vanamangura threshold. The hypothetical barrier. She reached out again and gently touched the surface. Her arm intersected with the matter, and with some effort she stepped through the stone. We needed to cross it, learn to interact with the world, the forces, the pieces, on a deeper, more fundamental level. At first there were only lucky coincidences, accidental harnessing, first smart matter formulae, minor biological repairs, augmentations, until we learned more. And then we had the self-repairing alloys. We had stasis, transit, we flourished, we grew, and now we are learning to interact with this level even better. I see it now. You make a handful of seedling bits, and they let you shape a whole ship's worth of matter, as long as you command them, or until their kick is depleted. She gathered a handful of soil and blew it away. I think I will conclude here. Thank you very much for watching. I will read on in a minute. Meanwhile, check out all these links and stay tuned for our next videos. Bye!